Hello everyone, welcome back to another request tutorial. So this time we are going to do this. We are going to implement a way to customize the character's equipments like this. So we can customize the sword and also a shield, and these customizations will persist through the levels. So that means now this is a separate level, and when I press start, now this character will be loaded into the next level, and there you can see the changes we made. We are playing with those customized objects. So let's see again. Let's select green helmet and green sword with the green shield. Now see, everything is green. This is not just a material change, so we are actually changing the components. That means the weapon equipment, all the measures and everything, even though I am duplicating them. So that's what I am going to show you today. So with this system you can even have different measures or even different child objects of the weapon or sword or helmet blueprints. Yeah, that's what I'm going to cover today, and this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. This means a lot to me. Okay, to get started with the character selection, character customization, I have imported this shield object, this Captain America shield, and this helmet, and this sword. So those are the weapons this character is going to have. Right, and now let's open the third person character, and just to get the feel of it, I'm going to change this later. Let's open the skeleton, and in the head let's add a socket. Let's call it helmet socket, and then in the right hand let's use here the middle finger. Okay, here let's add another socket. Let's call it sword socket, and similarly in the left hand, in the middle, this middle finger, add socket, shield socket. Okay, now let's save this. Now select the mesh and select the helmet, drag and drop the helmet under the mesh. Now it will be like this, and select helmet socket. Okay, now as you can see, it is rotated. Let's select the element socket now, and can I rotate this? Yeah, we can rotate the socket like this. Let's rotate 90 degrees. Also, it needs some offset. Let's look at the head this way. Okay, I think it would be better if this helmet is a little larger, or we can just move it up like this. Right, now it look alright. Okay, similarly, let's attach the shield to the mesh and set the shield socket. Set everything to 0, location and rotation, and leave the scale to 111. Okay, it looks like this. I think that would be okay. Let's see how this looks if I move around. Oh, no problem. Good enough. Okay, so now let's attach the sword. Let me rename this. Because that way it's simpler. Now this should be attached to the sword socket, and set location and rotation to 0. Okay, now let's modify the socket location. Wait, oh, the sword should be rotated 90 degrees. to match the hand, and then it should be moved not that way, yeah, this way. Okay, I guess that's all right. Sword is a little it's small, but we can fix that later. Okay, so now what? Maybe I should make this sword a little larger. Better. Okay, that's enough components to work with. Now what's the next step? Right, and now let's go create a new folder for blueprints. Let's call it BP, and let's create a blueprint component. Commerce. Okay, let's create an actor component. Let's call it equipment. Oh no, this type is not going to work because we can't add a skeletal mesh component to that. So what's the type? Okay, let's add a, instead of a component, let's create an actor. Let's call this equipment. Right, so I'll attach, let's start with the helmet. Like this, and let's call it mesh equipment mesh. So the instead of going with just static meshes, the reason to create a different actor is so that we can implement advanced features, like we can add what are the health points that would be added to the player if I use this component, and like what is the strength, speed, weight, so things like that. I can't define those things inside this component itself if I use just a static mesh component. So that's why I want to define it like a different actor. Okay, now this is equipment, and let's create a child class of this equipment sword, or shall we call it just sword. And here, instead of this mesh, I'll use the sword mesh. like this, and I'll duplicate this sword. Let's call it shield. And replace the sword with the shield. Now instead of this mesh components, let's add these as child actors. To the mesh. We don't need these. Shield should be attached to the shield socket. And sword should be attached to the sword socket. And this is actually the helmet. Let me rename it. It should be attached to the helmet socket. Now select all three, set location as 0, rotation as 0. Alright, now just like before, we have everything we need. Let's see what happens now. Oh, we should disable collisions here. Otherwise we would have problems when character moving. Right, everything is okay. Now that's the first part of the tutorial of the character customization setup, setting up the character with components. Right, so the next part is the UI to customize the character. So okay, let's create a new folder called UI here and add a new UI widget class. Where's the widget? Alright, here, widget blueprint. Let's call it WTG character customizer. Okay, now I'll just add a text that just say customize your character, just to see that just to show that we are in the character customization mode. Nothing important, but I just want to show it. Okay, so I need three icons here to represent helmet, sword and shield. So I have created these icons. Well, not fancy icons, but they will get the job done. Okay, so I saved them. Right, now let's add a button. 100 by 100 size, and under that button I need an image. Spreading. Okay, now for this image, here I have imported those icons I just created. Let's set it like this. Now I call this one btn helmet, and let me duplicate this, copy, paste, btn sword, paste, btn shield. This is the shield. Oh, this is the sword. Right, now we need this, let's put them in a grid so they will be automatically adjusted, ordered. So it should be under panel, horizontal box. Now the size should be, let's say, I need 3 buttons here, so 300, 450, maybe that's too much. Right, now I'll name that equipment buttons. Let's put these under that panel. Okay, now how do I change the sizes of these? This is how to set the scale of a single object within this grid. Okay, I think this is because of the size of the image. Let's make this 100 by 100. Okay, right, this should be the size 450. Let's set it size to content. Can we add some distance, a space between these? Yeah, we can. From the left, no, from the right, let's set 10. Well, it should go for all the buttons. Let's set it from left. Okay, maybe not for the first one. Right, now the buttons are okay. Oh, we need to change the image. For the sword we need to use wood. Oh, 100 by 100. And for the shield we need to use the shield, also 100 by 100. What else we need? Alright, now I need another panel in the right side. Let's make it a vertical box and anchor to the right side. The location of this one, x 100 y 200. X size x 100, y let's say 1000. Oh, that's too much. 500, maybe we need more, 700. Okay, now I want, let's make it a little bit bigger. I want the options that I have for each of these equipments to appear here. So when I select helmet options will appear here and I can select each of them. Okay, now how to dynamically add a button. So let's make this, I'll name it option box, and it should be a variable. Now here I'll add a custom event, initialize choices, like this. Now here we can add, now get the option box, add child to vertical box. We can do it like this. Now here we need to select the type, but we can't just make one here, so we need to define a new widget for the option button. So let's go here, user interface, widget blueprint, btn option. Okay, now it should have a button. Let's set the size to 200 by 200. No, let's make it like this. so it is scaled to whatever the size we have, and under that I will have an image that also should scale. For now I'll use the sword just to see if this works. Oh, we can't. Nothing is available. Why is that? Right, here we need an object, so maybe we should create widget from the class btn option. Maybe that's the way. Let's see. Okay, so how do we test this? Okay, to test this, let's create a new game mode. Gmod customize. Character customize. Okay, now here let's also create another HUD class. Yes, the HUD. Character customizer. Now here in the begin play, create widget, character customizer, get play controller, head to viewport, okay. Now here let's set the starting position like this, and just like in character selection, I'll put this character right here. As for the game mode, I'll select Gmod character customizer. Oh, here we need to set the HUD as character customizer. Okay, let's define a player controller as well. Controller character customizer. So now here I'll disable inputs. It's still working. Alright, here your scale to 0, which scale to 0. Oh, I didn't set that. Okay, right. Now let's test this function. Oh, we need to show the cursor and enable click events. Let's test this initialize choices using these buttons. Helmet on clicked. Let's call initialize choices to see whether we automatically get a button created. We do, but the scale is wrong. We can fix it. Okay, so here let's change this anchor to like this and change the size to 200 by 200. Okay, now let's add one of those components manually here under option box. Okay, right, now it's alright. We need padding also. Can you change the padding here? Okay, maybe we should set the padding after creating this. Here. Alright, set padding. Can we split this? Yeah, bottom 20. Okay, now let's see if that works. Yes, now if I click again, another option should be added. Yeah, alright. So this button's working, I think. Okay. Right, now after figuring out this part, here we need let's name it equipment image. Let's add a custom event. Initialize option. Now here basically what we need to do is set the image equipment image, or Maybe we should come up with a separate data structure for this. Right, let's do something like this. So for each weapon we need a different icon. So let's first create weapon variations. Let's start with the helmet. And this is the color. Okay, let's create a material instance. Let's make this one red. I mean completely red. And another one, this is completely blue, green. And another one completely blue. I'll do this off screen. Okay, now we have 3 helmet variations. Okay, so from each object I have created 3 variations: red, green and blue. So actually the idea here is we can use different meshes, but for now I don't have different meshes, so that's why I created duplicates and assign a new material. So from the shield, helmet and sword I have 3 different variations. Right, now we need different icons too. So let's start with this one. Let's change the okay, red. Let's call this shield 1. I'll do that also outside the recording. Alright, I have created and imported these swords, red, green, blue, and also helmets icons red, green, blue, and shield icons red, green, blue. Right, now let's create a new blueprint, a new data structure. I'll call it equipment data. Now here we should have mesh, static mesh, mesh, and also image. Let's call it equipment icon. Oh, wait, what's the type of these? Texture. Okay, not image, texture. Yeah, now I can assign them. Okay, right, now here in the character customizer widget, so actually I should define the options in a separate place, but for now I'll define it here. So because this is the first place I'm going to use it. So sword options, this should be in the type of equipment data and array. Similarly, I need helmet options, and also I need shield options. Helmet should come first. Oh, doesn't matter. Okay, so now for sword options, we have 3. I'll drag and drop from the other side, the other screen. Equipment mesh, first one is this, the red one, and the icon is this one. Second one is the green one, icon is also the green one. Third one is the blue one, icon is also the blue one. So that's sword options. Same for the helmet options, this one, and the green one, and the blue one. For the shield also we need 3. Okay, now I'm going to modify this one a little bit. So here initialize choices, I should get as the wait, I don't need to delete it. As then let me collapse this. Let's call this options. Optins. We need and the type of equipment data array. options, let's call it options. And then for each item here, set padding, and in here initialize option. Let's call it before adding to the adding as a child. So I need to change this, not the image, equipment data, and then break this. Oh no, not breaking. Let's promote this to a variable and save it, because we need this later. And then break it and use the image. Oh, we can't set the image because this is a texture. Make oh, this is not the way to set it. Get the equipment image, set image, no, set set texture, set brush from texture. Texture 2D. Okay. Can we cast this to a texture 2D? Or shall we change the now let's change the data type here. Texture 2D. Now can we still assign them? Yeah, no problem there. We still have the choices, right? Good. Okay. Now we can set it. And let's not match the size. Right. Now here let's change this, not equipment image, it should be equipment data. Now connect it like this. Compile. Oh, wait, what? Okay, now this is helmet button, so we should use helmet option here. Similarly, for the sword button, and on clicked, we should initialize options with the sword options. And for the shield button, Let's initialize with shield options like this. And we forgot one more thing here. If there are already any parameters, any buttons in the option box, we should clear them. So let's call clear children. Alright, shall we see what happens now? Oh, it crashed. Let's restart it then. I hope I did save the changes. Okay, restarted. Let's see what happens now. Alright, we got the helmet choices, sword choices, and shield choices. Now nothing happens when I press the buttons because I haven't implemented those functions yet. So okay, so now let's create a game instance. No, let me open the character controller. I have begin play. Okay, so here I'll define a new variable in the type of third person character. I'll call it customizing character. Now we need a way to set this. Let's try this way. A player controller character controller customizer, then set customizing character. Now here we need a reference to this one. Where is it? And set it like this. Now let's create a interface. PPI customize controller. Here set customize equipment. Input should be equipment data. I'll call it option. Also I'll add a new variable to this equipment data. It should be an enumeration. So first let's define an enumeration. Let's call it equipment types. Helmet, sword, shield. Now I'll add a new variable here. Let's call it type, and it should have the type of equipment. It should be in the equipment type. Alright, now here I have to update it now. Is this redundant? Helmet is okay, default value. For the shield I have to set. Okay, right. Now that's the controller. Okay, here let's implement PPI customized controller, and there what's the function? Customize equipment, right? Let's implement that function. Event customized equipment. Now here let's break this and let's get a switch based on this equipment type. Now get this one customizing character, and we have sword, and we have helmet, and we have, what's the other one? Shield. No, not like this. Get one of these, get child actor, so this should be in the type of equipment. No, let's define a function in the third person character. Yeah, that's better, like this. Custom event update equipment. So I should get equipment data option like this, and let's call this function from the character controller. Update equipment. Like this. Now here, how to implement this? Okay, so for this also, now this we need another blueprint interface. PPI equipment, here update equipment, and as the input we need equipment data option. Okay, now in the base class, base equipment class, I'll define PPI equipment like this and update equipment event. Break and get the equipment mesh, set mesh like this. Okay, now here break get this, get child actor, update equipment with the option. Now I have to select between shield or helmet or sword. So let's do a select here using this type. So if it is shield, use the shield. If it is sword, use the sword. If it is helmet, use the helmet. Compile, save, let's play. Okay, nothing happened. Why? Did we implement the function? Oh no. Right, here we have to set the button function. On clicked, get player controller and equip, customize equipment, and the option is this equipment data. Alright, it is working. Awesome. Right, what next? Let's move this component a little closer so that we can see it properly. Yeah, that's better. Okay, now let's implement a way to focus on each object when we select the item to customize. So that means, let's say I'm going to customize the head, the helmet, then my camera should be like this. If I am customizing the sword, it should be like this. If I am customizing the sword, it should be like this, and if it is shield, it should be like this. Okay, so let's add few other cameras. Like this. This will be focusing on the head. We can select that camera here. Okay, I'll name this camera cam helmet, and let's duplicate this. Let's name this cam sword, and let's switch to that camera. Okay, this view is good for the sword. And eject. Duplicate this one again. This, let's name it cam shield, and let's pilot that camera to shield, to focus on shield. Eject. Alright, now we have 3 cameras. So in the character controller, let's create a new function, focus. Here the input should be the equipment type, focus on equipment. Right, now here we need 3 camera components. Actually these should be actors. I don't need them specifically as cameras, so let's call this helmet cam, sword cam, shield cam. Focus on equipment. Right, now get player camera, manager, get camera, get transform component, attach to component, location, keep world, rotation, keep world, scale, keep world. Now I have to select parent based on the type. Helmet, oh, get root component. Now let's do the selection here. Now we need to set up these camera actors in the level blueprint. Can I make references like this? No. Select this. Create a reference. Select this. Create a reference. Select this. Create a reference. Set helmet cam. Set sword cam. Shield cam. Right, now here here when I press the helmet button, get character controller, get player controller, focus on equipment, helmet. Here focus on sword. Here focus on shield. Nothing happened. Sorry. Here we should do this. Adjust attaching is not enough. We should use move component on the transform component. Everything should set to 0. Is in, is out over 0.5 seconds. Still no. Okay, so maybe without using this approach, set view target with blend, and target is self, new target is these actors. Point 3. Oh, that's better. I think it's a little bit fast, too fast. Let's give 1 second. Okay, focus on sword. Focus on shield. Alright, so the next part is how to load this character with these options in the next map. When I start the next map, I need this character. I should be able to play the game with these selected options. So to do that, let's create a new game instance. Sorry, not game instance, game state. Okay. Now here I'll define 3 variables. Well, maybe not 3. Oh, let's name this character options. It should be in the type of equipment data. Let's have a map. Equipment data, and this side type equipment type. file. Okay, so like this we can, let's change this to sort then. Shared. Alright, now let's define another blueprint interface. PPI game state set option. Set character option. It should come in the type. Input should be equipment data. Equipment. Right, now here let's initialize these values. Otherwise we could run into errors. Shield 1. And also we need another option, get character options, and it should return a map. Well, how to return that, I'm not sure. This should be equipment type, and it should be equipment data. Let's implement the PPI game state here. Alright, now in the third person character, that's the begin play. Oh, we don't have a begin play here. Alright, let's create one. Begin play game state get character options. Okay. Find Alright, find helmet, and here get child actor, update equipment with this option. Get the sword, get child actor, update equipment, here find sword, get shield, child actor, update equipment, find shield. Okay, now what else now? We need to implement this set character option here. Set character option. Add break, no, add this equipment with the type with the given type, right? Now in the option button we need to get game state, or shall we do this in the controller? Let's do it here. What's the function name? Set character option. And this is the equipment. Right, now let's see what happens if I play the game. Okay, so the character doesn't have anything. Now I can assign objects as I please. Okay, now we need another button to start game, and when I start the game, now let's go to that map, Frozen Cove. Here we have the third person game mode, and as for the game state class, I'll use game state code like me. Okay, let's go back to previous map, and in this widget let's add a new button. and this btn start. So let's add the text under that. Start. Okay, now we need an event here. On clicked, open level. The level name is frozen call. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I should have used game instance, not game state here. So let me fix it. Oh, I haven't used it also. Yeah. Okay, so not the game state. Game state is not persistent between levels. So, oh, can we reparent this? Why not? Game instance. That's the name. I can't reparent. Alright, no problem. Then I'll create a new blueprint function. Blueprint with game instance. And I'll rename this to instance. Now let's implement game instance here and then simply copy this, initialize this variable, return this, and where do I specify the game state? It's in the settings. Okay, game instance code like me. Alright, now here we should use get game instance. And then in here also get game instance. Compile. Now it's time to test. Okay, let's play the game. Let's disable all the screen messages. Okay, let's assign green helmet, and let's assign green sword, and let's assign green shield and start. Alright, now the character has everything in green. So yeah, our system is working. So, and it has taken like 1 hour and 40 minutes. Let's test again. This time let's wear the blue helmet with the red sword, with the original Captain America shield. Oh, everything is working. Okay, so the system is working, and I hope you guys learned something from this. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you think this content is good, you can subscribe to my channel. Alright, I'm really sorry for taking too long, because as I was also doing stuff by learning, sometimes trial and error. So yeah, anyway, we could get it working. And if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club. The link would be in the description below. And also I will release the project file of this project I used in this demonstration through the Patreon page. So if you are a member, you can download it for free. And thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.